morning, grade 3s. It's Wednesday, the 17th of June today. We're still working with money, and today we're going to pretend that we're going to the store, buying an item with a banknote, and that we're going to calculate our change. Okay, so we're doing activity 76. Let's have a look. I'm going to do 2 of the items with you. So we're going to go into the store, and for some reason we want a screwdriver, and the screwdriver costs 45 Rand 50. We're going to pay with 50 Rand, and we need to find out how much change we're going to get. Okay, all right, so let's set our sum out in a soldier sum way, because it's just the easiest and simplest way to work it out at this stage. Okay, so we always put our Rand here, so we're paying with 50 Rand. Okay, so you go 50 and you don't forget your 0, 0, because there's no cents, but we remember our cents. Okay, and it costs 45 Rand and 50 cents. Now this one is an interesting soldier sum, so pay attention carefully. Okay, now we are minusing them from each other. Okay, because we're taking 45 away from 50 Rand. We cannot take away 0 from, well, we can take away 0 from 0. We know that it's nothing. Can't take away nothing from nothing. Okay, but we cannot take away 5 from 0. We can't take 5 away from nothing. We need to borrow. So we hop over to our Rand units, and we find, oh, another 0. We can't take or borrow from a 0. We can't borrow from nothing. So we hop over to our friend 5 here, who's got 5 here. So we cross out the 5, and we put a 4. Okay, and this one, we take a 1 over, it becomes a 10. But we need to bring it back to this 0. So we cross it out, it becomes a 9. It's no longer a 10, and we put it there, and it becomes a 10 here. 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, now we go here. 9 minus 5, don't forget to separate your rands and cents. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 4 is nothing. So our change will be 4 Rand and 50 cents. Do not forget this method of borrowing. Hopping over to the one that has the money and borrowing from them. And then putting the 10 down, crossing it out, making it a 9, and carrying your 1 over to make the next 0 a 10. Okay, let's move on to buying our hammer. Okay, so we've got a hammer, and we have a 100 Rand note, and the hammer is 59 Rand. So let's write out our rands. 100, 0, 0. Okay, and we're paying 59. See, I didn't write my 5 there because it's not 100, it's a 50, and it belongs there. 59 Rand, 95 cents. Nice and neatly underneath each other. Okay, so let's go. And remember, we're minusing. Put your minus sign. 5. We cannot take away 5 from 0. Okay, so it's another case of we're going to have to go borrow. Can't borrow from nothing, can't borrow from nothing, can't borrow from nothing. Oh, we have a 1 here. He becomes a 0. We take our 1 over, that's a 10, but now we're borrowing for this last number. So that becomes a 9. Put the 1 there. That also becomes a 9. Put your 1 there. Cross out, that also becomes a 9. Put your 1 there. A lot of borrowing. Just remember that. So we've got 10 minus 5, which would give us 5. 9 minus 9 is 0. Don't forget to separate rands and cents. Okay. 9 minus 9 again is also a 0. 9 minus 5 is 4. And we have a 0 here. 0 minus 0 is nothing. So our answer here, the change that we are going to get is 40 Rand and 5 cents. Which makes sense because 59 Rand 95 is almost the same as 60 Rand. And if we take away 60 from 100, we'd be left with 40. But we need to also work it out accurately to make sure that that 5 cents is there for that 95, because it's not completely 60. So I would recommend that you do it the soldier sum way. Do it There's a soldier somewhere. If you have another way of doing it, but you get the same answer, that's fine, as long as you get a correct answer every time. Good luck, grade 3s.